In keeping with the whole notion of the current state of education, from unwinding at the federal level to unwinding at the state level, and considering the fact that you would be superintendent, which means you're still going to be subject to either a Democratic or a Republican governor, how much authority, maneuverability, or whatever would you have to actually be able to impact some of these changes that we need to rise above 43rd?
Like I told you, my campaign is about fairness and equity. So when we talk about working with the other side, even working with fellow Democrats, the key thing is we all need to work together to do what's best for kids. And in addition to, updating the policies and making sure that all stakeholders have a voice, as state superintendent, I do have control over the funding that's given to me after, the legislature approves the budget. Did you know the current budget for South Carolina's education is $4.39 billion? Did you know that? So the state has money. The issue is it's not being spent purposefully and with intention. Also, I would use that money, those grants, if, like rural districts, for example. When I was in Dorchester 4, as a district employee, we already have so many other jobs because we're understaffed. So when these grants come out, rural areas don't necessarily have grant writers. So making sure as a state superintendent, I will have grant writers on my staff. If a rural school needs grants, then I can deploy a grant writer to help the rural school apply for the grant money. In addition to funding, there are programs already in effect through the State Department of Education and with other agencies. For example, there's a rural school initiative. Are you guys familiar with that? So this rural school initiative gives money to help improve or to attract teachers to build up rural school areas, right? So I looked into the budget. $2 million was spent on foreign teachers. There was like $300 and something thousand on program fees. This money was being used to update websites, and only $31,500 was spent on new teachers. Exactly. It should have been reversed. That $2 million should have been to attract the new teachers to the rural area. But I only bring that up because there are other things as well. There's an early childhood council that receives money, and the purpose of this council is to help improve early childhood education. Like I was telling you in my speech, how only 39% of students, kindergartners, are school ready. This council is part of the improving schools, improving that school readiness. And so they receive funds for that, along with other things. But there's also a coordinating council of workforce development. And these things that I'm highlighting to you, the State Superintendent of Education is a part of this, because I've attended some of these meetings. So I know the responsibility of the superintendent. And these are some of the ways that, as your next state superintendent, I can make a voice. I can provide that leadership to move South Carolina forward. Because what's important to remember, like I just highlighted, the funding is there, the programs are there, we just don't have the leadership to make it happen. And I will be that leadership to make it happen.